So the Arrows put the ball into play. They lead by 3 goals with 6:58 remaining in the third period. And the very speedy Clavijo up the right wing. Goes for the carom as Steve Jungle controls. Jungle to Hedgie. Shot on goal. Nice save by Siafi. And back they go to Lou.
That was a very good, powerful shot. That ball dipped. But Lou was there.
Craig Allen tries his own carom. A nice effort by Craig, but it's saved by Messing. Good effort by the youngster that time, Nick.
But a better one for Shep.
Yep. Look at that header that time by Jungle, just a bit wide. Hedgie. Still Hedgie. Jungle. To Fuksha. Shot on goal. Nice save by Siafi. Nick, with the goaltenders and only a 6'6" height to contend with, you don't have the height problems that you would with outdoor soccer. Plus, you have another series of problems.
Yeah, about 5 of them.
Ones, right.
That are trying to put the ball past you at 100 miles an hour from 2 feet out.
That's right. Height is just not one of them. Kitson. And Hedgie does well to control and goes back to teammate Mikia.
But an interesting plan that New Jersey has put into play here. The Rockets are now applying a lot more pressure all over the field. They're going more man-to-man all over the field.
So the Rockets coming back upfield as Steve Ryan goes into the corner to Roush. They try for the carom and Messing cuts it off beautifully.
But there it is. Shep reading those perfectly. Sure looks simple.
We'd like to alert the stations in the SportsChannel network. They will be taking the next opportunity for a local break as the Arrows come back upfield. They lead 5-2 with 5:22 remaining in the third. Shep has got some skills, doesn't he, Nick?
Yes, he does. First of all, as an athlete, he is very, very unique. Great athlete. He's got a wonderful athletic ability. Plus, he's really made for this game because his forte is not so much the high balls that you spoke about, but the fact that he's so quick. He can cover those balls on the floor better than anyone else.
And you saw just a moment ago. So the Rockets trying to get something going again. Wolfgang Roush on the near boards. Goes towards the goal. And there's a good example of the 6'6" crossbar. A break in the action with the score. The Arrows 5, the Rockets 2. And tomorrow night on SportsChannel, the Sport of Kings, thoroughbred racing from Aqueduct. Join host Harvey Pack for in-depth interviews and highlights of all 9 races. That's Racing from Aqueduct every Wednesday through Monday nights at 7, right here on SportsChannel. Your box seats of New York sports at home. And the people in the box seats behind the goal just got their hands full as one of the shots went over the plexiglass. So, Nick, we have gotten some heated action as the Rockets were at that point in the game when it could have been a blowout, could have gotten back in. They have gotten back in, not that deeply, but they're back in.
Well, psychologically, they're back in it. They feel that they can play with these guys, and that's very important. But also,
shot on goal, Messing deflects it in. Nice effort that time by Alderson. Again, Messing out and a whistle.
Dangerous play by Jerry Morielli, New York ball. See, Shep didn't want to wait for the call. He played that ball out quickly. He said, let's play. And the fans are now starting to get into it. They are rooting.
One more goal and they'll really be rooting.
That's right. They know where their home is. But still, I don't think they're as good as the New York fans. What do you think, Bob?
Well, they've got to build it, Nick. You know, they could be soon. They've got to get some history.
Well, that's why I'll be looking forward to next Friday.
All right. At the Coliseum in Nassau, when these same two teams go at it. Shot on goal, deflected. In front of the goal, just wide. Another shot, goal.
Here we go number 16, eventually he's going to score. That's Craig Allen there, coming forward. Now, this doesn't have to be, you know, soccer sometimes let pace, like the coach said. Watch this, point blank miss. Here's a shot. It's Craig Allen.
Needed it.
No, he patellaed it in. Patella put it in. Another view. He goes for it here, but look at this clear miss here by Ron Overton. Goes for it, doesn't get it. Now here's Howie Charbonneau hits a ball. And there it is. Just deflects the ball with the inside of his knee. And now this crowd is getting juiced.
So Craig Allen makes it a 5-3 score with the patella shot. But nevertheless, Nick, we kid about it, but great body control. Control to do that.
For sure, and because things don't happen very slowly out there. You have less than a half a second to figure out what you're going to do with your body.
Radovich.
And then during that same time, you got to move the body.
Radovich marking his jungle and marking him well. And Bronco comes up with it this time. And here come the Rockets again. They lose. Turns around very quickly. To Jungle, give and go. They tried for the header that time. And back come the Rockets. Steve Ryan upfield.
Oh, we have a make here by Steve Ryan. He's a strong kid. Played his college soccer at San Jose. He's been a pro. In fact, he was with the team that I was working with in 1977 when he tried out for the Olympic team. So it's good to see him back on the East Coast.
He made the '80 Olympic team. That's Steve Ryan we're talking about. And they steal. This is Mark McCain to Ryan. Ryan on the near side. Broken up. And Shep messing.
We have some tired people out there. They're looking to get off the field.
Tremendous tempo in this game, Nick.
This quarter, they really put the fast action of MISL into work. Up and down.
Good opportunity for the Arrows. The carom. And over the plexiglass.
In fact, Bob, I think what the New Jersey Rockets would want to do right now is slow it down maybe a little bit.
Well, let's see if they do as they make full unit substitutions right here. Or 4 players of the 5, excluding the goalie, have been replaced. Jerry Morelli back in, shot on goal, just wide. The rebound kicked out by the Rockets. And the red-shirted New Jerseyans coming upfield. A nice ball on the far boards. The rebound. Oh! David DeRico.
Well, in our conversation with Coach Popovich, who plays a factor here. Here we see David trying to take the pressure off his team by playing the ball back to Shep. A little bit too fast. Hits the post. It hits Shep, and then it goes in. I think the goal will be given to Charbonneau.
The nearest player, Nick?
Yes.
That's 11, Howie Charbonneau.
But Lady Luck smiled a bit on the New Jersey Rockets.
Well, I'll tell you, though, it's a funny thing, Nick, how when you hustle, the breaks seem to go your way in every sport.
Well, exactly. Pressure is the name of the game. You cannot sit back in indoor soccer and play a defensive game and look to win by 1-0. This is, I think, one of the things that people love about the indoor game. You got to come out and you play. So a game that was 5-1 at one time, right? All of a sudden turned around as 5-4. And this crowd that I was saying didn't know who they were rooting for.
Jungle goes to the short side and misses by inches as the Arrows recapture Limerick. And Jungle nicely marked that time by Radovich. Arrows capture Limerick. 1.5 remaining in the third period. As the Rockets, Jerry Morelli up to Craig Allen. Craig! Nice defense that time by Megaludis. And a whistle.
That time I thought he might give him a 2. But you can hear this vocal crowd out. They know in 1/2 of a MISL game, they found out who they're cheering for.
And the Rockets, once again, have come alive in the third period. And the foul this time is against Nicky Megaludis. They quickly take the free kick. Got room. Yes, rebound. No good. Rebound, no good.
Bodies on the floor.
And remember, we've got a fourth period coming up with 55 seconds remaining in the third. Craig Reynolds.
Bob, very, very important here is that the Rockets concentrate on defense. So much of their effort is going into attack. There tends to be sometimes a mental lapse. Forget about playing defense, and the New York runs away with it.
All right, good point. 35 remaining. And the Arrows control. Jungle. And the Rockets capture. Here come the Rockets with 25 seconds remaining in the third. Radovich. The Carroll, man, it was almost.
See, there's no understanding. Whereas Steve Zugel will be running through to the near post.
And a little bit of rough play on the far side. Liverich having a few words that time, I believe, with Steve Ryan, I think.
Joe Roush.
Was it Joe? Okay.
Yes, Joe Roush was a little bit upset. He thought that Mark played him a little bit too physical. I wanted to make sure that he knew about it.
Once again, on the near side, this is Kitson and a whistle. Offside, I believe.
No, it was an obstruction call. It was an obstruction call.
Okay.
Obstruction call against Paul Kitson. I'll say it again.
So the whistle blows. They don't hear it. Now they do. Will not count. The end of the third period. As the home team, New Jersey Rockets, come back from a 5-1 deficit. They trail now by a score of 5-4.
But the lady of fickle faith of sports was perfect this evening when the team walked off at halftime. Very, very quiet. Now here at the third, at the end of the third quarter, these fans are rooting him on.
Nick, I know we've reminded our fans, but just to do it once again, the Arrows home opener 1 week from tonight against these same New Jersey Rockets at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. So, at the end of the third quarter, the score, the Arrows 5, the Rockets 4.
Hey, Michelob Light for the winning team, okay?
You guys would do that for us?
Would a bunch of guys really go at it this hard just for a beer? Well, consider it's Michelob Light, and that means a rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
You guys never played like that before.
Hey, we never played for a Michelob Light before.
Michelob Light. Compare the taste.
Well, just about to start period number 4. And the new franchise has earned not only some fans, Nick, but some respect.
They sure have. They're going against the big boys, and now they're down by 1 with 15 minutes to go.
All right, let's take a look at that last goal scored by Craig Allen.
Here we see ball playing deep into the New York corner. Nicky Megalutis doing a good job getting goal side. Dave DeRico plays the ball back. Clearly no problem, but the ball you see hits the post, takes a funny bounce, comes back, gets shut, hits him in the head and goes in. Howie Charbonneau gets the credit for it.
Right, I stand corrected. I said Craig Allen. Actually, that was Charbonneau. And then Allen came back to make it 5-4, and that's how we stand. With 15 more minutes of play coming up. And Nick, we talked about it, I know, but there comes that point in MISL soccer when it's the verge of either a blowout or coming back in. Fortunately for the home team, they got back in awfully quickly.
Well, you know, this the old theory. Let them blow us out at their place, but don't, let us win at our place. So a lot of the office people here were very concerned about what would happen. They certainly, I think that person right there is a big contemplator.
Arrows fan or Rockets?
I think she's debating who she would win. Should New York play the Cosmos? Should she go with Carlos Alberto, Giorgio Canaglia, and the rest of the Cosmos are with Shep Messing and Steve Zungel. What do you think, Bob? Who would you go with?
I'm going for Zungel and Messing right now.
Got to go with the winners, right?
Absolutely. All right, we're just about to begin the fourth quarter. 15 minutes of action. The Arrows lead it by a score of 5-4. That magic word, momentum, has swung over to the side of the Rockets.
Well, Bob, seriously, for a minute, that would be a great game, and that would be a great boost for soccer in the New York area. We have three professional teams. Cosmos would be for a great, worthwhile charity cause. I think it would certainly turn the people on.
Making an announcement right now about throwing objects on the field. And the home team Rockets kick off in the final period. They trail by 1. Try for the carry. Messing handles it, loses. But it goes to the Arrows, and up they come. Hedgie.
3-on-2.
Jungle. Goal! Off the back of Luciafi, I believe. I think we're going to see the ball come off the backboard and rebound off the goalie's back, Nick.
Yes, a very good call. Here we have a fast 3-on-2. Hedgie carrying forward, place to his left to Steve Zungel. Steve is now going to carry a little bit deeper and then play it off the boards. Same thing that happened to Shep. Here's that misdirection.
Yep. See that?
That misdirection again, though. We said you keep your eye on the ball one way and the ball changes direction. You don't have enough time to turn. Ball hit him on the back of the head, went in. And now that's 4 goals for Steve Zungel in this game. I think he probably wants to become the MVP of this league 4 times in a row.
A hat trick +1.
What do you call that?
I'm calling it a hat trick +1.
+1, makes sense.
Kitson tries for the header. And back come the Rockets. Jungle had 14 4-goal games in the MISL before tonight. And the night's not over. But he's done this 14 times already. So 6-4 in favor of the Arrows, just underway in the fourth period. Bob Goldsholl and Nick Zlatar. Against whom?
Paul Kitson.
Kitson?
Yeah, Paul was trying to get a free ride on the back of Craig Reynolds. No piggybacking. The referee says ball goes back to the red team.
So the indirect free kick by Craig Reynolds. Shot on goal. The Carroll just wide. Goal!
Well, this Canelo can't take a joke. There we go. Joe Lars takes it deep off the post. New York has been lucky here to save this one. But there he is, number 16, Craig Allen. Fabio tries to make the first save. Shut the second. 6-5.
Well, they came so close on that first shot. But to the Rockets' credit, they were in good position as Messing found himself in the far corner. He couldn't scramble back in time.
That element of the boards again.
Yep.
Misdirection. This is why it's so important that teams practice it every day in their training sessions so that they know these angles in their sleep.
6-5 in favor of the Arrows with 13:50 remaining in the game. The Rockets control. They have come back from 4 goals down. They trail by just 1 right now. They led at the start of the game 1-0. And then it was the Arrows who came up with 4 unanswered goals. Shot on goal off the rump of Paul Kitson. Recaptured, almost in off the boards there. As it hits the official, tough to get out of the way sometimes in this tight arena. And the Rockets benefit as Steve Zungel and the Arrows this time. Jungle. Still Steve. On goal, Siaki.
See, it's unusual. Most of the time, the goalkeepers don't try to hold the ball. That time, the shot was not that powerful. Plus, it was right at Siaki. A lot of times, they just have to deflect the ball just to get it out of the way rather than try to hold on to it.
All right. This is Radovich to the far side to Roush. Shot on goal. Hits the I was going to say the crossbar, but I think it got the plexiglass atop the crossbar that time. Back comes Hedgie.
Almost broke it.
Julie Hedgie, the rangy one. Ridden into the boards, comes right back. No whistle. Work it up. And this is Morelli.
Good pressure by Mark Liverich. Turns the ball over.
Still Liverich. Liverich goes back to Gene Strenisser as the Arrows reset their attack. Liverich. Nice ball to Jungle, but only the red shirts are there. Morelli being marked by Mikia. Jungle and Siapi. Siapi wins it out, but headed back.
I'll tell you about this smoking now. This is up and down, non-stop action.
And you see Messing nicely handle that Karam that time. And the Rockets get it back again. They trail by 1. They have rebound. Not good. And Nick, the oohs and ahs of the crowd on each Karam just adds to what is normally an exciting game.
And I tell you what, this crowd is adding a lot of oohs and ahs to the Rocket players. They certainly are not going to inspire to get this crowd against it by letting up on it. They're inspired. They want to make sure. There's the fellow we were talking about before, Stevie Ryan.
5'10", 175, the All-American from San Jose State. And Craig Reynolds recaptures for a moment, but the very speedy Mark Liverich. Headed out. The Rockets had it. That's Roush. Almost got the ball through to Ryan, but recaptured by the Arrows.
Mejia played out very well. He was scored with a man advantage. There were 2 of them coming down against him. He played his own very well and intercepted it.
Liverich to Jungle. And here come the Rockets. Full tilt. Roush gives to Goldberg. Goldberg shoves an arrow into the boards, and I believe this time it is seen. Yes. That was Valtucha.
Although the fans don't like that call, but that's a very dangerous play there on the part of Niels Goldberg. Both of them are going for the ball. Okay, and in fact, I think we'll get to see it again. Here we go. Joe Roush slips Goldberg through. Now watch, Val and Niels are going together.
Yeah.
And there we go. And it's not so much that the shoulder charge is dangerous as the fact that the head can wind up against the boards. So this is something that the referees really have to prevent.
Yeah, and a good call. And I think, Nick, you brought out a good point early in the game that Gino DiPolito was calling them reasonably close, not unfairly by any means.
No, I think he's done a great job.
That's been the tempo from the start, so the players know what to expect. No surprises.
That's right. Now, it's been a very well officiated game. But again, as I said earlier, Gino is not just one of the tops of this country.
Gino.
That's right. But he is, what, FIFA referee. In other words, he can referee international games, so he's one of the top referees in the world.
10:35 remaining in the game. The Arrows lead by a score of 6-5. Trying to get number 7 is Mark Liverich. Tries a give and go with Jungle. No luck. Steve Ryan comes out. Roush on the far side. Roush with some room. Shot, go!
This is just perfect. Watch this feint. Billy Bazonis is going to come into the picture. Step over one way. And now watch this bullet to the far post. Oh, great play by Joe Wolfgang Roush, a former Bundesliga player. Watch it again. He almost broke Billy Bazonis' ankle on that play. Slips it away. Far post, low. Joe Roush. Great stuff. Great stuff, Wolfgang.
Joe Roush, Nick.
There we have the 2 coaches. Dusty Hoffman on the right, the assistant coach, Timo Lekowski.
That move, Nick, opened up some room, created some space for Joe Roush. And once Joe created some space, he certainly knew what to do with it.
I'll let you in on a secret, Bob.
Yeah.
I called that move, stomp the bug. You notice how he stepped over the ball. Stomp the bug, pull it the other way, put it in the net. Certainly happy about that one.
So we are tied at 6, which means we have a 10-minute and 15-second soccer match. This comeback from 4 goals, what was it, 5-1, wasn't it? 5-1 is just unbelievable against a team the caliber of the Arrows. 6-6, 10 minutes remaining in the game. And into the stands they go as Branko Radovic.
That's the second one for Branko. He's a very skilled player. I'm surprised he's put 2 into the stands.
Yeah, he was the MVP with Colorado in '78, played for Atlanta last year. And it is the Arrows. Put it back in, the Rockets take over. The tempo for the moment slowing down somewhat, and the push by Omar Gomez. Rockets quickly put it into play. Brian Alderson to Mark McTain. Some room. Rebound. It just happens so quickly in this game, Nick. You don't dare turn your head for a second, player and fan alike.
A couple of those fans made some good plays out there because the ball was coming over the plexiglass.
Jungle on a breakaway, 2-on-1. And Luciafi saved himself a goal that time.
Good call. Very good call.
Let's see.
Here we see a good pass from Zungo to Omar Gomez coming into your picture. Now once Siafi comes off his line, seizes his beat, and takes down Omar's legs. No problem. Here we see what it looks like from down low, and Nance view. Now see, he misses the ball. Now he's got to go for the leg.
That arm did it, didn't it, Nick?
Well, in fact, I would not be surprised if the referee would have called a 5-minute foul on here. But he is not giving a penalty because he claims it happened outside of the penalty area. He claims it happened outside of the penalty area, so it will be a direct kick for New York. But since the goalkeeper cannot go into the penalty box, we have another player, Jerry Morielli, serving the time, so-called bear time.
All right, Jungle hooks one off the crossbar.
Not only off the crossbar, but off the underside of the crossbar.
That's right. Oh, what control he has. He just whipped it into that goal post.
Okay, Bob. Yeah. I always keep on talking about skill and how important skill is.
Here's some skill right now. Green. Charlie Green. And messing hands. Go ahead.
Charlie Green was so fast, none of the red shirts could keep up with him. The penalty area is 25 feet from the goal line. And the fact that Steve curved the ball, bent the ball, hit a banana around the wall and hit the underside is just unbelievable. For those who have played soccer know how hard that is.
Shot on goal, and Gomez blasts it home that time. And oh, did he get all of it then?
He got all of that. That was a Reggie Jackson in the bottom of the ninth. David DeRico looks one way, passes the other. Now we see the ball square to the other side. All of it, left foot, inside drive, near post. And I think it's a good thing that Luciafi did not touch the ball because he may have been minus a couple fingers. Omar Gomez, and
really
that we talked about, got all of it. And the Kwaiways had a good night. 2 assists plus the first goal of the season.
So with 8:40 remaining in the game, the Arrows go up by a score of 7-6. But the way this game's been going, Rockets will get right back in. Kitson looking for his first score of the night. Tries to cross to Jundel. But the Rockets are there. On the far side to Roush. And the Rockets broken up that time. Recaptured by the Rockets. Ryan in front. Messi save. Close again. Roush recaptures. Roush on the right side to Goldberg. Trying to play the carom. Goldberg tees it up, and it costs him that time. Goldberg shot on goal, blocked by Jungle. And a penalty against Jungle.
Dangerous play. The Rockets will gain possession here, but Steve knows the intensity of this game is at its peak. New York up by the odd goal, 7-6. Everybody's going to come in.
Well, Jungle can mix it up a little bit too, Nick. Watch it.
You've got to. You've got to be able to play at both ends. He's not just a defensive player, but yes, he went in with the sole of the foot. The referee calls it.
All right. Rockets from the kick line. Number 14 was McCain. And Kitson intercepts Jungle. Steve. Nice defense that time by Radovich. Saves a goal.
Steve was unlucky. The ball hit the top of the boards there and took a high bounce. Had it come right back to him. Yeah, the goalkeeper out of position would have slotted it away.
Paul Kitson in your picture. Luciafi. As the Rockets trail by 1 goal with 7:35 remaining in the game. Saved by Jungle. Kitson, a nice back heel to Alberto. And here come the Rockets once again. Trying to tie it. Some room for Roush. Loses the handle.
Shep comes off the line. In fact, comes out of the penalty area to kick that ball away.
No whistle. Play the whistle, guys. There wasn't one. This is McCain. To Allen. Craig. Banks it off the backboards. And the Arrows control. Play getting just a bit rough. An elbow thrown at Ryan that time. I think somebody's getting thrown out of here, Nick.
No, just temporarily for about 2 minutes.
Gino saying, come sit for 2 minutes. That was against Dave DeRico.
Again, a little bit of off-ball action. There he is, Redbeard, Stevie Ryan. He's going to the penalty area of New York. The other fellow on the other side will be David DeRico.
Okay, watch the top middle of the screen, off the ball.
Look at the ball goes by him. Here's a foul after the fact. And a bit of a push. Here we go. Now here's where it happens. Whoops. Sorry about that, fellas. No dancing in the aisles.
Ryan may have fouled him first. But as always happens, when you retaliate, you get caught.
2 minutes each. Penalty at 8:01.
So regardless.
They'll play 4 against 4. And the fewer players there are, the better it is for Steve Jungle because he's the best at one-on-one.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
All right.
Penalty at 8:01. DeRico. Ryan.
Here comes Gene Strenisser. Gene, the native of Canada. And recaptured by the Rockets. 4-on-4, wide open.
Oh, what a great block tackle by Nicky Megaludis.
Nicky shot on goal. And it's wide. And the Rockets, again, 4-on-4, which will create more space. As they go to Brian Alderson. Brian, shot on goal, wide. Alberto, Strenisser. And here come the Arrows. Megaludis. Strenisser.
You know, Bob, we keep on talking how this is a new franchise and all that, but every one of these Rocket players has had indoor experience. You know, these aren't guys off your local pub.
All right.
All of these guys.
Brian Alderson loses to Strenisser. Nice back heel to Megaludis. And Nicky goes back to Strenisser. Strenisser on the far side. Tries to send it to Jungle. Shot on goal and deflected by a Rocket. Here comes New Jersey. Craig Allen. Marked by Strenisser.
Gino does a great job that time in slowing Allen down and taking his space away as well as his passing angles.
They try to chip to the far side, but the only one there is an Arrow.
Here's a willpower run. Steve is tired. He's been out for quite a while. Can't run away from Radovich.
He's played a lot of minutes, Nick.
Well, also 4 against 4. This has been a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
Well, watch. As soon as he gets the ball, he's going to look to sneak it in.
And good timely call as Jungle goes out for a much well-deserved rest. Kitson ridden off the ball that time. All right, Kitson with a little bit of room. Shot is wide, the rebound wide. Again, Kitson off the backboards. Recaptured by New Jersey. Brian Alderson, as the Arrows fall back on defense, gives to Ryan. Steve Ryan, marked by Strenisser, and Megaludis has it. Nicky, the local boy from Astoria, Queens. And now the players, or I should say the team's substitute, Hedgie for the Arrows. And I believe that is Jerry Moriello in for the Rockets. Limerich, the give and go. Mark, and a whistle.
Pushing from behind, New Jersey ball. Mark Limerich is looking for a first goal as a New York Arrow.
And they're going to send it back the Arrows' way. 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the game. The Arrows 7, the Rockets 6. Limerich to Kitson. Back to Limerich. And a whistle. The foul on Limerich, I believe, who was ready to throw the ball at Gino, but wisely decides not to.
Or at least bring it back to the spot of the foul. But he went in what he thought was a good tackle, and it surely was very close, but apparently Gino saw something that was wrong with it.
Joe Roush on the near side to Goldberg. Shot on goal, knocked away by Messing.
Oh, what a great save.
All right, a break in the action with a score. The Arrows 7, the Rockets 6.
How about Michelob Light for the winners? Sure, but we get mighty thirsty.
Would a bunch of guys really go at it this hard just for a beer? Well, consider it's Michelob Light, and that means a rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Those guys could have beaten the Russians today. You think they'd play us for a Michelob Light?
Michelob Light. Compare the taste.
3 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the game. And the Arrows with a 1-goal lead. And we'd like to alert the stations in the Sports Channel network. They will be taking the next opportunity for a local break. And a little battle for the ball in the stands among some kids, and they throw it back onto the playing field. So, I think it's going to be a corner for Brian Alderson, the short corner. And the Arrows control. Kitson with Limerich on his left. Loses control for a moment, regains, and recaptured by New Jersey. 3:10 remaining in the game. The clock favoring the white-shirted teams. Here comes Hedgie to Limerich, to Kitson, to Hedgie. Bangs on the ball. Rebounded.
Everything but, Bob. That was
Yep.
some of the nicest one-touch passing you'd ever want to see. But then the finish just was not there.
Did they go one pass too much that time, Nick?
No.
All right.
No, they really created some wonderful, beautiful scoring opportunity. It was magic. Just the finish wasn't there.
Hedgie towards the goal and deflected by a red-shirted Rocket. And they called the whistle on Hedgie.
Julie that time was looking to pass the ball to Paul Kitson, but just couldn't squeeze it through. You think he'll get tied at the Magic Sevens?
They've got those Magic Sevens. He's right. 2:37 remaining. Arrows lead 7-6. They try to use the boards and almost do, but missing very quickly out. Here come the Arrows. Jungle with a short rest back in the game. Shot on goal. Talk about quick release.
How about a shotgun?
Goodness, and then a shotgun shot is right. They go for the carom. Now you can see where Messing has a big edge on Siakian playing his backboards.
Well, you know, some people might say, well, it's easy for Shep to play with the New York Arrows, but the last save that he made shows how invaluable he is to this team.
Oh, nice effort that time by Gomez. As play gets rough. And needless to say, they call it against the home team. Gomez. Jungle. Banged off the boards. Gomez with a rebound. And Gomez again This is Nikia. Jungle.
A great display of ability here, but
Gomez, the clock on their side, Nick. Don't forget that. 1:25 to go. The Arrows up a goal. They can be cute.
well, they're not really, they're maintaining possession here, but always they're looking for a scoring opportunity. For a shot on goal.
Siafi quickly guns it out, but intercepted, and now re-intercepted by Goldberg.
I tell you, Murcia, number 3, the defender, intercepted. Has been a real good game.
Shot on goal wide by Hedgie. As Hedgie comes out. And a break in the action with the score. The Arrows 7, the Rockets 6. There's more New York Islanders hockey coming your way a week from this Saturday, when the Stanley Cup champs play host to the New York neighbors, the Rangers. All of it at the Nassau Coliseum. Catch all the action live starting at 8 p.m. next Saturday night right here on SportsChannel. It's your box seat to New York sports at home. Bob Goldsholl and Nick Zlatar from the Brendan Byrne Arena. The Arrows home opener 1 week from tonight against the same New Jersey Rockets at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Nick, a discussion going on about what? I am not quite certain.
Well, the idea was that New Jersey Rockets had called a timeout. And apparently there was some illegal in the way that they did it. It was an illegal timeout call. So now we're going to have a drop ball on the side, and maybe they'll try to do it again until they get it right. But Timo Lukowski wants to get a timeout here with 56 seconds remaining to put the last efforts into tying this ball game up.
All right, 56 seconds, as Nick said, for the Rockets to tie this game. Whistle against Ryan. Uh-oh, somebody's hurt. Is that...
That's Luis Alberto.
Alberto. On the near side in that tangle on the boards, Alberto, I believe, hurt his ankle. And out they come with the ice pack. Yep. Down in the ankle area.
And we have the trainer, Bob Baldwin, coming in. Okay, it's a little bit higher up on his shin. Okay, not as bad. It's not a joint, so we'll put some ice on it for 48 hours or so and make sure that swelling doesn't develop.
All right, Nick, let's see if we can pick it up. Keep your eyes on Ryan and Alberto.
Well, see, Lewis is shielding the ball here. Now, I'm not sure if he... Yeah, there he goes. So it's a bit of a twist. Yes. Does that feel a little bit better, Lewis? I hope so. Let's see how he walks off.
Little Luis Alberto just by 5. 6th-time all-assist leader in this MISL.
Wonderful player, wonderful person. He's a little dynamo that makes this team go. You know, he's the Bob Cousy of the old Celtics and the New York Arrows.
And you see Luis Alberto staying in the game, Nick.
Good, good. I love to see that.
49 seconds to go. 7-6 in favor of the Arrows.
And it's interesting, Bob, at this time with 48 seconds to go, Coach Popovich has the old pros on there. Val Tuksha, Strinitzer, Luis Alberto, Steve Zungel, and one new addition along with Chef Messing is Omar Gomez here.
Now, do they put in
what they're looking to do? Yes. Well, because they're down, they're going to put in Branko Radovic as a new goalkeeper.
Right.
Because Radovic can play with the feet, and he will be coming out of the goal, so that they'll be able to push up 6 guys instead of 5 and trying to go for the equalizer.
All right.
Sometimes you get the equalizer, other times you take a goal in the back and you lose by 2 instead of by 1. But it's a chance worth taking.
Well, the Arrows lead it by a score of 7-6. They will put it into play with 47 seconds remaining. Nice try that time by New York. And Alberto hustling back on defense. Whistle. The whistle against Strinitzer as the clock is now stopped. 40 seconds to go. And the number of opportunities are minimal for New Jersey right now. 33 seconds. And Mark McCain to Ryan on the far side. Jungle, 23 seconds. That is Gomez with 14 seconds. Strenicer squeezing the ball right now. 5 seconds to go. Jungle with an unbelievable bicycle kick. And that'll do it. So the final score, the Arrows 7, the Rockets 6. And we'll be back with a recap in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Racing to the bottom? Not all the way. For Michelob Light? You're on.
Would good friends really go at it this hard just for a beer? Well, consider it's Michelob Light, and that means a rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Where'd you ever learn to ski like that anyway? Houston.
Michelob Light. Compare the taste.
So, a wild comeback by the New Jersey Rockets, who found themselves down by a score of 5-1, Nick, seemingly on the verge of a blowout when the Arrows had everything going their way. But this new franchise, this young team, literally fought off the deck, came back to tie the score. Then Steve Jungle with 4 goals tonight. What a way to open up the new season. Made it 6-5. Roush tied it in that 4th period to make it 6-6. And then young Mr. Gomez, Omar Gomez, got the winning goal to make it 7-6, and that's how the game ended. The Arrows 7 and the Rockets 6.
Well, certainly everyone who was here enjoyed it. The crowd stayed until the very last moment, although certainly disappointed in the fact that their heroes went down by 1 goal. But I think they'll be back again because they got a little bit of a taste. It was very exciting, down to the wire. 6-6. I don't think too many people expected that. Maybe hoped for it, but didn't expect it. And then, as you said, Gomez, who was kind of a silent hero, came down and put it away 7-6.
Well, I think if there's such a thing, Nick, as a moral victory, I don't particularly care for that term, but if you can possibly lose a game and yet be reasonably happy, I'm talking about players, fans, and management, you'd have to say that the opening game for a new franchise, new faces against an experienced team, then that was the case tonight. So once again, the final score, the New York Arrows 7, the New Jersey Rockets 6. Participating advertiser in tonight's game was Michelob Light. Compare the taste of Michelob Light to any beer you like. Tomorrow night on Sports Channel, it's New York Islanders hockey when the Stanley Cup champs play host to Wayne Gretzky and the Edmonton Oilers. Join Jiggs McDonald, Eddie Westfall, and Stan Fischler for all the exciting action tomorrow night at 8 right here on Sports Channel. Remember, when you can't get to the game, get the game at home on Sports Channel. It's your box seat to New York sports at home. Well, great going, Nick. And for Nick Zlatar and our entire crew here at the Meadowlands Arena, this is Bob Goldsholl saying so long for Sports Channel.